Hello, hello. Welcome to Mind Body Solutions. This is low sensory, restorative, adaptive, seated, gentle yoga. I don't even know what it's called anymore, but anyway, I'm Audrey. Today this is the first practice of March 2025. And maybe I'm being lazy, but actually the theme from February really enjoyed, and I felt I had a lot more to share and a lot more to practice with you all. So we're going to continue on seeking refuge. And today we're going to seek refuge in silence and quiet. So don't worry, the whole practice is not going to be silence. So if you are someone who doesn't enjoy it, then there'll be plenty of options as well on how we can practice it. And if you enjoy it, then ta-da, this is for you. As usual, we're going to start with a centering. We'll do some asana, gentle asana, and then we'll do some pranayama. And then we're going to restorative silence practice. All right. So if you'd like to find a comfortable way to sit, you can also lie down. And we're going to start to check in with ourselves. If you wanted to do a little bit of movement before, like you can do that, just a sway, a rock, a big stretch before you find some stillness. And taking a moment to check in. So maybe your eyes are closed or you're finding a soft gaze. And in this moment, just doing whatever would feel comfortable, really. We're just starting the practice. We arriving here in this present space, in your home or not. But we're all in different places, but we're all on Earth. So we can also connect to our beautiful home, our own planet. Letting the earth hold us so that we can let go for a little bit. We can leave what happened before behind, and we can leave what's going to happen after in the future. It's all there for us waiting. We don't need to worry about it or go in planning mode or start our to-do list or whatever's going on after can stay there. So we're trying to arrive in this present moment. And then taking a minute to connect with our present body. What is our body-mind telling us today? What's happening? What's our experience? And here sometimes the stories will arrive, the boundaries of right and wrong, good and bad. So let's try to leave that aside. We don't need that. So whether we'll invite a sense of curiosity, of compassion, of presence with what is. And to help with that checking in, maybe you'd like to connect with your breath. As you inhale, noticing the movement it creates, the expansion in your belly, your rib cage. Maybe the temperature as it comes out of your nostrils. And as you exhale, the movement again, it creates in your body, the spaciousness being created. Taking a few moments to arrive gently, softly, all of us together, whether we are live or on a recording in this lovely community, being held by the earth, being supported by our breath. And so today we're gonna seek refuge in silence and quiet. It's a really important practice in yoga. But one that's not easy, is it? Sometimes we may crave some quiet and silence when the world is being loud and when there's a lot going on. But sometimes just being with ourselves can be difficult, especially if there's a lot of thought activity. There's lots of worries or anticipation. But then silence is a way of coming back to ourselves, to see and to ask maybe who we really are. So it's a practice of non-speaking, of not adding up to the noise. There might be noise around you that's not really in our control. So what we're looking for here in this practice together is inner silence, inner quiet. So starting to reflect about what's your relationship with silence. Is it a refuge? Is it something that you would see as a refuge even? Is it something that you would welcome? And then stay here, continuing with this stillness. So if you'd like to add a few movements, then feel free to do so. Any movement that will be gentle, slow, maybe that would help you connect even more with your breath, with the support of the earth, connecting with your body. Or maybe that could start with a big stretch. And maybe swing side to side or back and forth or doing some hip circles. Maybe some movement with the neck, going side to side, half moons. We have a few minutes of that, so find your own adventure here before we move on to pranayama. So actually, it might be a good idea to open up the heart center, the chest, or some kind of cobra or cow, or open it up the arms into cactus pose. drawing the shoulder blades together. The arms don't even need to be up for that. Just drawing the shoulder blades together. Finding a stretch in the chest. Maybe finding a stretch in the side body as well, so that the rib cage here can expand. And go at your own pace as usual. I'm just showing a few options so that you can choose what you wish to do, what your body is asking for. So I'm moving into a twist. And of course, feel free to stop at any point. If you already are craving stillness, then please go there. We'll have another 2-3 minutes of movement, and I need to go and check on Ruby what she's doing. So I trust you too. I'll be back in a few seconds. Bye. All right, I'm seeing some side bends, twists, some form of cat and cow. It's brilliant. Also, yeah, cat and cow actually sounds really good right now. I'm gonna do this as well. So for cat and cow, I'm sure you all know, but basically with the exhale, you're finding a rounding of the spine. Your gaze tends to go towards the floor. And then with the inhale, brings an arcing of the spine. Maybe looking up a little at the ceiling meets the wall. I'm doing a few rounds of that if that feels good. And again, here, choosing your own pace, your own range of motion. As long as you're breathing, you know, it's good. All right, maybe starting to slow down. And we're gonna move to pranayama. So pranayama, we're gonna do Bharamari breath, which is B breath. Ideally, it's practice seating. But if you prefer to be lying down, then I'll give an option for that. That might be a bit more comfortable. It's fine lying down. It's just traditionally it's practice seated. We're only going to do a few rounds of this, and then we'll move into a sorted. So if you're already lying down and cozy and all settled, then stay there. That's all good. So Bardhaman means bee. And in this practice, we actually imitate the same deep, low-pitch humming sound of the bee. So, So I'll do a few rounds of this with you, and then I'll leave you in silence to practice. We'll do at least 11 rounds, but don't worry about the counting. It's fine. So make sure that you are comfortable, that your spine is aligned with your neck and your head. Maybe you can add some support for the spine against your chair. That's absolutely fine. Your eyes might be softened, lowered, or closed. And start to pay attention to your jaw so that it is relaxed. Maybe you can do some soft massage with your fingers. And then your lips are closed, but the teeth are separated. And we're going to take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to do the B sound. So it sounds like so you're basically humming. That's how it is. And you go as you follow your own exhale, but don't strain or add any, you shouldn't be forcing or anything. If your exhale is going to be 2 seconds, then hum for 2 seconds. It's fine. We're not adding on or anything like that. You follow your own pace. So inhale. And on your exhale. And notice the vibration, the sound vibration. Maybe you can notice it in your mind. Where do you notice it in your body? Just do a few more rounds. Inhaling through the nose. And exhale, steady humming sound. A few more rounds on your own. When you think you've done about 11, then release any influence on the breath. Come back to your natural breath. Maybe noticing how you are right now. How are you doing? Doing a quick check-in before we do another round. Right. Let's do another round together. So inhale and exhale. On your own. Release. Take a pause. Notice. Be present with what is. And we're going to move to restorative. So if you'd like to go and lie down, if you aren't already, then please do so. If you are already there, then you may carry on with the pranayama, or you can really start if you'd like to start your silence practice. So you may find any shape where you'll feel supported, comfortable, cozy. So that might be Shavasana if you are seated, and maybe bringing some pillows for your back and your head. Maybe want to elevate your feet and your leg. Maybe you want to hold with your arms. If you're going to lie down, then you can lie on your back, on the side, or on the belly. And again, with as many props as you wish. Blankets, pillows, eye mask, doggies, cats. Or any other shape of your choice. Forward fold, child's pose, legs of the wall, butterfly pose, any position really where you'll be comfortable, and you can stay as still as possible for at least 10-15 minutes. And this practice of silence is actually related to the fifth limb, according to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, Pratyahara, which is the practice of drawing the senses inward. And it's the link between the external and internal practice of yoga. So you may wonder why we did Bharamari breath, like adding sound. But as I said earlier, sometimes silence can feel oppressive. It's not much of a refuge for people. So if you would prefer to continue with that practice instead of exploring silence, then you'd be very welcome to. You could hum, you could add Ujjayi breath as well, so a slight constriction in the throat, so the ocean breath. You could notice the sounds of your breath, the sounds around you. And maybe that just be for a few seconds and then come back to silence and then notice what's happening. But I also said earlier that what we're looking for is inner silence, which is a state that we are aiming to get to with Pratyahara. So when you in your shape, then again, your eyes might be closed or finding a soft gaze. And we're starting to let go already. Going inwards and settle, surrender to the practice, surrender to the safety of its community, to being held by the earth, to being supported by your breath. And coming back to the voice within, aware from all the noise and distractions, and asking ourselves, who am I really? Paramahansa Yogananda says, through the portals of silence, the healing sun of wisdom and peace will shine upon you. So in this silence, let the healing sun of wisdom and peace shine upon you. And again, you may move, you may add sound, you may practice any pranayama that you would find supportive. But we'll be in silence all together for a few minutes. So rest and let the unfolding happen. Continuing for a few more moments. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath, to your body. Slowly and gently coming back. Maybe making a note of how that felt, what came up for you. Being here all together, knowing that this healing sun of wisdom and peace will always shine upon you. That inner silence, that inner quiet is always there within for you to access. Taking a few soft, deep breaths. And placing your attention onto your heart center in a way that's meaningful to you. That might be placing your hands on top of each other, on top of the heart, or an Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. Palms facing each other, thumbs against the heart as a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for ourselves, for our body, minds, and all it allows us to do, just as we are with life, just as it is. Acknowledging the effort it takes to show up for practice and to show up every single day. for all that we have to do. Gratitude for this community, as it brings us together, the wisdom, the laughter, the support. Gratitude for the earth as it keeps on holding us and nurturing us, and our ancestors and the indigenous stewards of this land who keep on protecting it. And gratitude for these sacred practices of yoga indigenous to South Asia, and all teachers and practitioners from all generations who protected it, keep on protecting these practices so that we can benefit from them today. You may wish to add any further words of gratitude. And you may also wish to dedicate some or all of the merit of this practice to a being, a group of being, a cause, a land that could do with some extra support. And to seal this intention, I'll offer a blessing of metta, loving kindness, which you may join or listen. Inhale to begin. May all beings everywhere with no limits, including ourselves, be happy, be well, be at ease and at peace. May all beings be safe and free from harm and suffering. May all beings be free and liberated. Stay here if you have the willingness and time and space to carry on practicing. Otherwise, invite some gentle movement back into the body, opening the eyes, coming back into your space, taking your time. Taking some deep breaths. And then thank you for practicing with me and showing up. I appreciate you and all the efforts that you do. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.